Cambridge Primary Mathematics, Learner's Book 4. Measure. Measuring weight. Let's investigate. Each cube on the scales weighs 5 kilograms. How much does? Vocabulary. Kilo. 1,000. 1 kilogram equals 1,000 grams. Each cone weigh. How much does each foluolo zelo eret medmu? Sphere weigh? 1 kilogram. 1,000 grams. 1. Read the scales to find out how much each package weighs. Write the letter for each package in order, from lightest to heaviest. A. 100, 100, 200, og, minus 200, 300, 1 kilogram, 900, 400, B. 300, 500, 800, 400, 600,700, E. 500, SOS, 00, 10, 50, 100 grams, 1009, 250 grams. 2. Flour, oats, sugar, cocoa, nuts, butter. Kerry is going to make 3 different sorts of biscuit. These are the recipes. Nut biscuits, chocolate biscuits, oat biscuits, flour 225 grams, butter 100 grams, butter 175 grams, sugar 100 grams, sugar 50 grams, sugar 150 grams, butter 150 grams, nuts 50 grams, flour 90 grams, oats 75 grams, cocoa powder 15 grams, nuts 25 grams. Opening parenthesis. A. What is the total weight of the ingredients for each recipe? Opening parenthesis. B. How much of each of these ingredients are needed to make all 3 recipes? Flour, G. Sugar, G. Butter, G. Nuts, G. 3. Hazel weighed 1 plastic cube. It weighed 4 grams. She put items from around the classroom onto one side of some balance scales. For each item, she counted how many of her 4 grams cubes were needed to balance the scales. How much did each item weigh in grams? Opening parenthesis. A. An eraser weighs 2 cubes. Opening parenthesis. B. A mini stapler weighs 15 cubes. Opening parenthesis. C. A pencil weighs 7 cubes. Opening parenthesis. D. A sheet of paper weighs 1 cube. 4. Salim wants to make a set of weights by putting cubes together. Each cube weighs 4 grams. How many cubes does he need to use in order to make? Opening parenthesis. A. A 20 grams weight. Opening parenthesis. C. A 500 grams weight. Opening parenthesis. B. A 100 grams weight. Opening parenthesis. D. A 1 kilogram weight. Telling the time. 1. Let's investigate. I looked at the clock reflected in the mirror when I left the house. I looked at the clock in the mirror again when I got home. What were the real times? Vocabulary. Ante-meridiem. A time in the morning, between midnight and midday. PM. Post-meridiem. A time in the afternoon, between midday and midnight. Saint 1. Try looking at the pictures in a mirror. The time when I left the house. The time when I got home. 1. On each of these clocks the minute hand is missing. With a partner, use the position of the hour hand to estimate where the minute hand should be. Then estimate the time. The minute hand would be pointing at about 30 minutes because the hour hand is halfway between the 55, 11, 12, 35 numbers. 6, 30, 5, 35, 15. Opening parenthesis. B. 55, 459, 10, 11121, 76, 35, 30, 5, 31, 15, 35, opening parenthesis, C, 55, 45 E9, 15, and 10, 40, 35, 12, 6, 30, 55, 11121, 10. The clock face has a scale of 1 to 12 for hours and a scale of 0 to 59 for minutes. 50, 12,110, 9, 4, 6,520, 353035, 76, 30, 315, estimate, 3, 30, opening parenthesis, D, 50, 55, 10, 11 12, I estimate the time is half past 3, 35, 15, 45, 35, 15, 765, 30, 35, 20, at 55, 45 9, 10, 35, 12, 765, 30, 35, 10, 20, 15, dot, dot, dot. 2. Write the time shown on the clocks below in digital time. Here is an example. 12:1, 11:10, 12:1, opening parenthesis, A, 12:1, opening parenthesis, B, 10, 11:12, 6, 5, 2, 25, opening parenthesis, D, 11:12, 11, 42, 3, 10, 12, 8, Ren, 6, 5, 11:12, infinity, 7, 6, 12, 12, am. 3. Divide a piece of paper into 2. Write am in one space and pm in the other. Draw 3 pictures in each part of the page to show some things you do in the am and pm of a typical day. Look at Paolo's page as an example. In the morning, Paolo puts on his shoes to walk to school. In the afternoon, he plays football with his friends after school. 5. U tilde exclamation mark PM 11. Using timetables. Write a story that describes a journey between 4 places that takes 3 hours. Example. I started at home. I traveled by bus for 45 minutes to Riverton. Then I walked for 1 hour and 30 minutes to get to Hilbury. Then I took the train for 45 minutes to get to my friend's house. 1. Use the timetable below to answer questions 1 to 3. Train timetable. A, B, C, Ortown, 9, 10 a.m., 10, 30 a.m., 12, 20 p.m., Riverton, 9, 45 a.m., 11, 5 a.m., 12, 55 p.m., Hilbury, 10, 15 a.m., 11, 35 a.m., 1, 25 p.m., New City, 11, 30 a.m., 12, 50 p.m., 2, 40 p.m. For example, it takes 1 hour and 45 minutes to travel from Riverton to New City. 30 minutes plus 1 hour 15 minutes equals 1 hour 45 minutes. 9, 45, 10, 15, Riverton, Hilbury, 11, 30 New City. How long does it take for the train to travel? Opening parenthesis. A. From Ortown to Riverton. Opening parenthesis. B. From Hilbury to New City. Opening parenthesis. C. From Ortown to Hilbury. Opening parenthesis. D. From Ortown to New City. 2. How long would I have to wait for a train if I arrived at? Opening parenthesis. A. Ortown station at 9, 5 a.m. Opening parenthesis. C. Hilbury Station at 11:15 am. Opening parenthesis. B. Riverton Station at 10:45 am. Opening parenthesis. D. Riverton Station at 11:35 am. 3. Which is the latest train I can catch from Autan to arrive at? Opening parenthesis. A. Riverton Station by 10:00 am. Opening parenthesis. C. New City Station by 1:30 p.m. Opening parenthesis. B. Hilbury Station by 2:15 p.m. Opening parenthesis. D. Hilbury Station by 1:20 p.m. 4. These timetables have been torn. Fill in the gaps. Bus timetable. Hospital 8:25 am. 11:45 am. 1:30 p.m. 4:35 p.m. Shopping Centre 8:55 am. 12:15 p.m. 2:00 p.m. Industrial Area 9:40 am. 1:00 p.m. Opening parenthesis. B. Opening parenthesis. C. Railway Station 10:45 am. 2:05 p.m. Opening parenthesis. D. Opening parenthesis. E. Bus timetable. Railways Station 10:50 am. 2:10 p.m. Industrial Area 11:55 am. Shopping Centre 12:40 p.m. 3:15 p.m. B. Opening parenthesis. H. 4:00 p.m. 5:45 p.m. Hospital 1:10 p.m. 4:30 p.m. 6:15 p.m. Opening parenthesis. 9. Opening parenthesis. 1. Opening parenthesis. I. 9:20 p.m. 5. Look at the map. What route might a bus take through the town? Write a timetable for the bus's route. Start at the bus station. Bus station. Swimming pool. Shops. School. Park. Area. 1. Let's investigate. Maria laid square carpet tiles on her floor. On the first day she only laid one tile, on the second day she laid 2 carpet tiles, and on the third day she laid 3 carpet tiles. Each day she laid one more tile than the day before. What area of floor had she covered at the end of 10 days, in squares? Write down how many tiles she laid each day. 1. This pattern is made from 1 centimeter square tiles. Opening parenthesis. A. What is the total area covered by the pattern in squares? Opening parenthesis. B. What is the total area covered by the pattern in square centimeters? Opening parenthesis. C. What area of the pattern is red in square centimeters? Opening parenthesis. D. What area of the pattern is orange in square centimeters? Opening parenthesis. E. What area of the pattern is green in square centimeters? Make your own pattern on a grid of centimeter squares like this. Use 3 colors. Write down the area of each color. What fraction of the pattern is made up of each color? Vocabulary. Area. The size of a surface measured in square units. Now fraction. Part of a shape or number. Length of 5 squares. Width of 5 squares. 2. Count the squares below to find the area of the whole rectangle, res the area of the shaded part, and the area of the not shaded part. Record what fraction of the rectangle area is shaded. Rectangle 1. Area of the whole rectangle. Area shaded. Equals squares. Question mark. Squares. Equals. Question mark. Squares. Area not shaded. Fraction of the rectangle shaded. Rectangle 2. Area of the whole rectangle. Area shaded equals squares. Area not shaded equals squares. equals question mark squares question mark squares equals fraction of the rectangle shaded squares rectangle 3 area of the whole rectangle equals question mark squares area shaded equals question mark squares area not shaded equals question mark squares fraction of the rectangle shaded equals rectangle 4 area of the whole rectangle question mark squares equals squares area shaded equals squares area not shaded equals squares fraction of the rectangle shaded equals question mark squares perimeter 1. Let's investigate. A rectangle has a perimeter of 14 centimeters. Vocabulary. Moto and entre perimeter. The Coa L. What could be the length of each of its sides? Find all the possible answers using only whole cm. Question mark. Distance around. A shape. Question mark. Question mark. 1 class 4 have made some straw shapes with a perimeter of 24 centimeters. In each picture one of the labels has fallen off. Question mark. Opening parenthesis. B. Remember that the opposite sides of a rectangle are the same length. Opening parenthesis. A. Opening parenthesis. C. 1 centimeter. 2 centimeters. 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters. Question mark. 4 centimeters. 7 centimeters. 8 centimeters. 7 centimeters. 6 centimeters. 3 centimeters. Question mark. 2 centimeters. Work out the length that 6 centimeters. Question mark. Should be on the missing label. 2. Ali is making a pattern of different sized rectangles with different colored string. The pattern started like this. Then he continued it like this. 2 centimeters. 3 centimeters. 2 centimeters. 3 centimeters. Opening parenthesis. A. What is the perimeter of the red rectangle? Opening parenthesis. B. Estimate the perimeters of the blue and green rectangles. Explain to your partner why you think your estimates are close to the actual perimeter. 3. A. Cut a piece of string or thread so that it measures 24 centimeters. Stick it carefully onto squared paper to make a rectangle and label the length of each side. Opening parenthesis. B. Try making different rectangles with other pieces of 24 centimeters string or thread. 4. Halima says that because her table is a square, she can work out the perimeter of the top of the table by just measuring one side. Is she correct? Explain why. The perimeter of the tabletop is 4 meters. I meter. Remember that a square has 4 sides that are all the same length. 5. Each of the shapes below was made using 4 of these squares. 5 centimeters. 5 centimeters. Work out the perimeter of each shape. Don't count the lines inside the shape. The perimeter is only the length around the outside of a shape. B. At